Final question of the evening. What will define a successful season for the Cowboys? Is it Super Bowl or bust, or winning the Super Bowl or bust? And Daniel, since you keep complaining, I'll go with you.
Okay, yeah, I mean, they were the number one seed last year, and their schedule's a lot tougher this time, and the NFC is pretty stacked. Not with any elite teams, with a lot of really good teams, especially their division. So it's pretty unrealistic to say that they are going to go to the Super Bowl, but Jerry Jones is their owner, and Dallas is Dallas, and so if they don't win a Super Bowl, everybody's going to be pissed, including me. So, yeah, Super Bowl or bust.
Troy? Troy?
I'd say they have to at least get to the Super Bowl. If they don't win, okay, but they got to at least get there. And anything, if they lose in the NFC Championship game, then heads are going to roll because that's just, that wouldn't be any good. So, if they win the Super Bowl, that would be great. But even if they don't, I think it'd be okay. I mean, I could live with it. I could get up the next morning if they didn't win the Super Bowl.
What do you in terms of the team? What do you think their expectation is?
I think they're all expecting to at least make it to the Super Bowl. I mean, the team they've been talking Super Bowl for years. The team itself. So, and going far in the playoffs. So I think, and their motto, they're really focusing on finishing this year. So I think everybody on the team has high expectations, and I think the whole team has their minds focused on, going far in the playoffs. And I don't know, maybe they're focusing on winning the Super Bowl. I don't know, but
See, I disagree with Troy. I think if the Cowboys went to the Super Bowl and lost, I would just down a bottle of whiskey and shoot myself. I couldn't
yeah,
get up
but
the next day.
okay. I couldn't get up the next day, but I could get up the day after. Because I mean, when you think of how long it's been, it's been so long since we've won a playoff game, and it's been so long since we've been to the Super Bowl, and to at least get there, would be great. And I mean, depending on how we lost, but
I
if
would
we
rather
lost to a better
them.
team.
I'd rather them lose the wild card game than go to the Super Bowl and lose. That's like way too much build up to just be disappointed.
Yeah, no, but you got so many more wins before that. You get to relish the win in the divisional round. You get to relish the NFC Championship win. I mean, how bad would it suck to be knocked out by like the Eagles or someone? I'd rather be knocked out by someone in the AFC because I don't hate them as much, unless they're the Patriots.
See, but would it be cool if the Cowboys like beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl?
That would be
Like
pretty
they
cool.
like they would have last year if it wasn't for
The Patriots being good.
Patrick Creighton. I don't even know what the fuck was wrong with Patrick Creighton. Like I kind of want to kill Patrick Creighton every day, but I don't know where he lives. So here we are.
Just, I'll tell you where he's going to be for the next week.
In my trunk. It's really hot here, man. Maybe you should catch a football. No, but I really think they have to win the Super Bowl. Because if they don't win the Super Bowl, then Jerry Jones gonna get pissed off. He's gonna fire Wade Phillips, and he's gonna like do some asinine like trade, where he's gonna trade like 4 first-round draft picks for like the third wide receiver on the Bears or something. Like, it's gonna be absurd, It's
And,
gonna be something asinine.
and that, in fact, is my follow-up question. If expectations aren't met and heads do roll, who do you think is gone?
Phillips.
Wade's gone, yeah, pretty clearly.
Yeah.
Garrett will be promoted to head coach.
And then he'll maybe fire the defensive coordinator, depending on what Garrett wants to do with the staff.
Yeah, they'll fire the defensive coordinator. And
Fire that fucking special teams coach.
Yeah, the
that
special
darn
teams coach is an ass clown. Like, what the fuck is wrong with that guy? Our special teams is terrible.
We need to bring back Avizano.
What is he even doing now?
Somebody needs to go down to that Blockbuster down the street from the stadium and get him back on the team.
In terms of players, would that do it for Romo or T.O. or Pac-Man?
Well, it kind of depends on what happens, like how their downfall comes about. because I could see a situation where the defense causes the downfall, and so the defensive coordinator can't get rid of the players. I mean, you can't.
Well, in terms of dealing away, not.
In terms of dealing away, I think it's going to be. It won't be addition by subtraction. It'll be addition by addition. Jerry Jones is going to start wheeling and dealing. You're not going to lose any of the big guys. You're not going to lose Tony or Jason or T.O. or any of those people. So.
I mean, the only way that could happen is if someone becomes like a big distraction. Like the only person I could see doing that would be Adam Jones.
Adam or T.O. And Roy Williams will probably be gone, regardless this year.
Right.
That I don't think that would break anybody's heart.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of feel bad because when you put him in a really simplistic defense where he doesn't have to think, he's fine. But I mean, he went to OU, so clearly thinking is not his strong suit.
For the viewers, he likes Texas. He hates Arkansas and OU. That's all. Carry on.
Yeah. But no, yeah, if you put Roy Williams in a defense where he doesn't have to figure out like who he has to cover and like where he needs to be on the field, and like all he has to do is like just run up and tackle somebody, he's fine. But yeah, he's gone. And rightfully.
Why can't they put him in a position this year so that he can, remember his first 2 years in the league, he made plays.
Yeah, his first 2 or 3 years he was really good. I think the horse collar thing kind of has him freaked out too.
Doesn't stop him doing it.
Well, it's the dumbest rule in the world. It's like, hey, the best way to tackle somebody who's in front of you, who's like, he has your back to you, don't do it. Because Terrell Owens broke his leg one time. I'm like, whatever. Joe Theismann broke his whole fucking body, and they were like a no Lawrence Taylor rule. I mean, yeah. None of that even made sense. You know where I'm going.
All right. Then any closing comments or closing thoughts going into training camp?
Troy?
I'm so glad football season is almost here. And okay. Go Cowboys.
That was inspiring. You were like the Barack Obama of Dallas Cowboy fans. I'm just gonna say that Chris Sims, we need him to be our backup, and 2, I'm also looking forward to football season. And if the Dallas Cowboys don't win the Super Bowl, somebody's gonna die. Because I'm kind of sick of watching us lose in the playoffs. That's it.
Boy, this could be a really interesting show by the end of the season.
Yeah, it's gonna be really cool when some prosecutor someplace subpoenas these recordings.
I'm sure glad I didn't say more.
So, Mr. Wood, when was the last time you talked to Patrick Creighton? I don't know what you're talking about.
What's a Patrick Creighton?
Really? Because we were on the internet last night. Shit.
Well, that'll do us for the evening. So, stay tuned, and we'll do this again at some point in the next season. If we don't get banned from the internet for this. Say goodnight, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.